Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? This is your girl, Splendora Styles. Okay, hope y'all doing alright today. I'm doing alright today. Alright, jumping right into part 2. Lied to, disavowed. Living the life but not the dream. What am I talking about? Okay, so I'm gonna slow down a little bit on the last live. Because in talking to people, they said I went too fast, but I got a certain amount of time I want to be on this live. But anyway, okay, so part 1 is, I went through, go back and look at it, okay? But anyway, what brings me to this morning is yesterday I witnessed an exchange between two sisters, right? One sister was, say, well off, more so than the other sisters. Not that she was well off. Her conditions, her circumstances were different. All right. The younger sister, even though she wasn't financially or materialistically as well off as her sister, according to paper, according to what people could see, the older sister felt like she was superior to the younger one. And they're both almost elderly. Okay. And so I'm sitting there listening to them as they go back and forth, because sometimes people need a mediator. They need someone who is not attached to the situation to be able to make an assessment of which way we're going to go forward. Because sometimes when you're trying to be mature, when you're trying to mend a relationship, when you're trying to move forward positively, sometimes that's hard to do when you're not able to separate your emotions, your hurt, your pain, your past from the situation. Sometimes you're too close to the forest to see the trees. I think they used to say sometimes you're too involved in it to see a way out of it. And that usually happens from years and years of dealing with a situation and not being able to resolve it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when it comes to family, it could be a dynamic of who's better than the other one. That sibling rivalry, and it can follow you for a lifetime. And like I said, or like I always say, sometimes we make agreements and contracts and binding contracts at that, when we're children. When the older sibling says, I'm better than you. As a younger sibling, you may not know how to refute that. Oftentimes you don't. And if they keep going, sometimes you can fall into one or two, well, actually several categories, but mainly a winner or a loser type category. You can feel like you're nothing. You can feel like you're dumb. You can feel like you're ugly. When in actuality, you're the genius. You're the beautiful one. You're the one that's handsome. You're the one that's smart. You're the one that has it going on. But because you don't know that, but because you have not met yourself yet, you don't understand it. Okay? And sometimes, as in this dynamic that I witnessed on yesterday, and it kind of like pricked me a little bit, because sometimes when I'm listening to people, I can see myself, or I can see past situations of my life. And oftentimes when that happens, I go into a mode of reflection. So that was the only thing I had to do yesterday. So naturally, the rest of the day, while I'm working and doing stuff, I was in a mode of reflection. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes people can get to that place where you are triggered. That's the thing. Something that you see or hear or that happens to you makes you think. It upsets you a little bit, or it upsets you a lot. Okay, that means that is an opportunity for you to heal yourself. That is an opportunity for you to take accountability, take inventory. There you go. That's the word. Take inventory of where you are, honestly. Because sometimes we can tell ourselves we're better when we're not. Sometimes we can tell ourselves we've made progress when we haven't. We just haven't dealt with that situation. See, when you can face a situation or something happens and you can get through it without being upset, without being angry, without being hurt, without being vengeful, without being guilty and shameful and regretful, that means you heal from it. But if it triggers you a little bit, that means there's some hurt there. There's some situation There's something with that situation or those situations you need to deal with. And you have now reached a level of maturity to deal with it. Don't get upset that you got triggered. Don't get upset that something pricked you. That's the word I like to use. Something that got your attention and say, I haven't gotten any better. Yes, you've gotten much better. And it's coming up to be resolved and released. It's coming up for you to make a new agreement with it. Are you going to agree that you're still the same person? Or are you going to agree, that doesn't bother me anymore. That doesn't bother me anymore. I'm not victim to that anymore. I am a different person, whether anybody notices it or not. Because sometimes you can make progress and no one sees it because it's inward. Maturity happens on the inside, okay? And because you may be like the younger sister, you don't have a lot of material possessions, but you're living your dream. You're being the person you are supposed to be. You're being the person you were created to be. That's on the inside. Of course, it can come on out to the outside depending on what your preferences are. Some people like a lot of cars. They like for everyone to know that they're rich. They like big houses. They like living that life. But they're miserable on the inside of the house. They're miserable driving in that car by themselves. They're miserable driving that car with fake people in the car with them. Because the car and the house and the clothes, all those are magnets. And you may be attracting people in situations that you don't even like, that you don't even want. I had to face that. Sometimes, some years ago, we all compare ourselves. We shouldn't, but we do. That's how we assess where we are. And I had to come to the realization that I'm wanting what I don't want. Everything I have is what I want, obviously. We all are manifestos. You know what I'm saying? We can manifest whatever we want, good or bad. But where's your mind? Where's your heart? Where are your dreams? The older sister was living the life. But she didn't have the balls to live her dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been impressed with big houses. I'm impressed with purpose. You understand what I'm saying? I meet a lot of guys. And they show me the big houses and the nice cars, and that's all well and good. But where are you? Do you have the balls to be yourself? Do you have the balls to be authentic? Do you have the balls to be what God made you? And unlike a lot of females and a lot of people, I can see right through your lies. I can see you're a coward. I don't like cowards around me. You can be a coward, just don't come around me. Because you don't have the balls to be yourself. Whatever that is, or whatever that looks like, I'm not impressed. And as a matter of fact, it scares me. Because if you can't be yourself, you're going to expect me not to be myself. I'm going to always be myself, no matter if I have a dime in my pocket or not. I'm going to be me. I love me some me. Like Terrell Owens, you say, I love me some me. He make a touchdown, he get right in the camera. I love me some me. I'm a machine, baby. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, if you're a person and you can't be yourself, if you're a person and you can't have the audacity to go after your dreams, you know what I'm saying? It's all right to live the life. I'm not putting nobody down. Don't get the message misconstrued. But why are you living the life? Are you living the life? But not living the dream. All right, and a lot of people, it's all about obedience. Some things work for some people, some don't. But are you going according to what you are supposed to be doing? Are you a fish out of water? You're dying. You're floundering. Go and get back in the water. Get back in your element. Be proud of who you are and who you're not. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the older sister made notice of the younger sister's daughter, who's an adult in her mid-30s, right? So she, in a slick kind of way, was trying to put the younger sister down by saying, well, I just think it's so wonderful that, your daughter, she had the wherewithal about herself to go get herself a house, right? And it's a huge house, right? And the younger sister lives in a very small house because that's what she wants, okay? She doesn't want a big house. She doesn't want to deal with getting the grass cut. She doesn't want to deal with a lot of things that come with a big house. Okay, she's getting what she can boss over, what she can handle. So a lot of people get a lot of this stuff and they can't even handle it. Spending $2,000-$3,000 for a place you only sleep in. You hardly ever see it, but everybody thinks you're successful because you're putting out that kind of dime on a bill. You understand what I'm saying? That money you can invest somewhere else. That money you can put somewhere else and make it multiply. That money you can put on your dreams, you know? And a lot of times people don't want to go the route of their dreams because that means financially they may flounder. That they may struggle to a point until they get the formulation right. What's the formulation for your dreams? Outside of living the life, what's the formulation for your dreams? You know, my mom quoted this scripture in the Bible all the time to me when I was growing up. And I didn't even know we were poor. But by assessment, we ate every day, we rode every day. When we wanted a car, my daddy got us a car. Whatever we wanted, we got it. So in my daddy's eyes, we was rich. There was nothing we were denied. You know what I'm saying? And so my mom used to make the analogy, it's better to have a chair in a house that's yours than to be in a house that's not. You know, it's better to be yourself instead of putting on airs. Or what we used to say as kids, perpetrating, pretending, trying to keep up with the Joneses, my mom and dad and old folks used to say. And keeping up with the Joneses is killing you. But do you know what I learned? I learned that if I'm doing what God wants me to do, I'm going to be provided for anyway. That's part of the contract. That's what was taught to me as a child. And I agree with that. I made an agreement with that. If I'm doing the best that I can, God is going to do the rest. And nobody determines what my best is. Only God determines that. To somebody out there, I may be floundering or I might be flying. It doesn't matter what they think. All that matters is what I think. God, did I please you today? Did I do what you asked me to do today? Did I talk to the person you wanted me to talk to? Did I give somebody $1? Did I give somebody a listening ear? Did I give somebody some insight on their business? And on some insight on themselves? Did I make you happy today? Are you shaking your head in regret that you made me? I don't want God. One of the things not that I'm really scared of anything, but some things I don't want to happen is when I die. And God tell me, get away from me. I don't even know you. You didn't do nothing I asked you to do. You didn't make me happy. You didn't please me. I regret making you. That's in the Bible. Go look it up. Okay? And it's like, I never want to do that. I never want to be that person. I never want to be that fake person. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people sometimes, ask me at my age, why am I single? I'm single on purpose. I want the right guy. I want the dream along with the life. So a lot of people can give you the life, but they can't give you the dream because they don't have the balls to be themselves. And they're trying to impress people that don't even like them. They're trying to impress people that don't even know them. What's for you is for you. I just want what's mine. That's what Jesus said. He said, I just came here for those that are mine. I didn't come here for all sick people. I didn't come here for all broke people. I didn't come here for all hurting people. I didn't come here for all dead people. I just want the ones that are mine. Okay? But that's all I want. So I can get on back to the kingdom. So I can get on back to my throne. That's all I'm looking for. And I took on that mantle. I just want what's mine. If a big house is not mine, I don't want it. If 25 cars is not mine, I don't want it. If a whole bunch of clothes in the closet is not mine, I don't want it. But I can honestly say, everything I wanted, just about, I've gotten. Someone back here, I think it was March or April. Okay. We supposed to be doing business together. Right? Had all these shows and stuff lined up. Okay. Around that time, I had been praying for God to put me around people that really do celebrate me and not tolerate me. Because I know there are people on this planet that tolerate me. Because I talk too strong. Because I'm too decisive. I'm not indecisive. I'm not wishy-washy. I don't care if you like me or not. I'm not that person. I've never been that person. And it used to bother me. It used to bother me when I didn't get the invite. It used to bother me when I wasn't included. Okay? And I used to wonder why. What's wrong with me? Nothing. We're just different. We don't match. And I had to learn we just don't match. And it's okay. And that is okay. That we don't match. Customer calling us trying to get fast. But anyway, we don't match. Okay, so out of the blue, this person canceled their end of the agreement, which means I couldn't go forward with it. And it really pissed me off. It really made me mad. You know what I'm saying? And it was on my mind so hard, so heavy. You know? And then God asked me. He said, what do you want? The times in my life that God has asked me, what do you want? I have to be very careful with what I say that I want. Because he's letting me know he's going to give it to me. He's letting me know he's going to do it. Because it's bothering me. God wants us happy. He knew I was not happy. But he also knew I didn't know why I wasn't happy. So I had to take some time. It took about a week or two. Just thinking, just going over the situation, like they say, comb the situation, get the stuff out, you know. And so it took me some time to get to a point of where I could say what I wanted, because I understood that if I wanted this project that we were doing to continue, we'll be back in the same space. We'll be back in the same space together, working together. But how would it go? That's what I was concerned about. You know, and no matter how I reached out to them, they wouldn't answer the phone and this, that, and the third. It was really pissing me off, because I feel like at 50 and above, you should be able to say what's on your mind. You should be able to do what you need to do. You should be able to say, you know what? Some things came up. I'm not going to be able to hold up my end of the bargain. You know, I got to go. Some things came up. I'm not going to be able to hold up my end of the bargain. I'm going to have to cancel. Instead of just ghosting, instead of not answering the phone. Then I realized what I wanted. I didn't want nothing. I wanted closure. I wanted to know why. But after I looked at the situation, looked at the person, I came to the realization of, oh, they're a coward. That's what pissed me off. After all this time, I come to realize who they really are is a coward. At the back of my assessment, you know, God works, they say, in mysterious ways. But if you have a relationship with him, he doesn't work in mysterious ways. You understand his movements. You understand his maneuvers. So to back me up in my assessment, to let me know that I was right, that I had came to the right determination, because I told God I don't want nothing, I'm good. Other people come to me, just talking, just venting, not even knowing that I know this person, and let me know they did them the same way. Coward. I don't have room for a coward. That's not a contract I make, because I'm real to the bone, baby. I do what I say, and I say what I mean. I don't back up at all for nobody. And a lot of people can't take that. A lot of people can't take being around me. A lot of people can't take talking to me, and I get it. It's okay. We're not a match. I'm good. I just want what's mine. I have friends who are just like me. Call a spade, and don't back down off of it. You know, so you have to, and I have to go, guys, and I apologize. But, you know, are you living a life, or are you living a dream? Do you have the balls to be yourself? And if you don't have the balls to be yourself, it's time to disavow the contract you've made to be a fake, to be a pawn, to be a prostitute. of your gifts and your skills and your talents to be a pimp. You're pimping yourself the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, there will definitely be a part 3 because I have to break down everything in part 1 into individual sections and everything. But stop trying to put people down because you don't see their material wealth. Maybe they're putting their investment somewhere else, like into themselves, who they are on the inside, and their dreams and their goals and their destiny. Because that's the only thing you're going to get out of here with. Did you fulfill the purpose that you were created for? Did you? Are you? Have you? Don't live in regret. Please don't die in regret. All right? I love you guys more than words can ever express. Bye now.